All right, 5 o'clock. Great to have you with us. We got multiple topics in play. Yes, we are going to turn some of our focus to the Pistons draft tonight, but Jim Bowden talked about Tarek Skubal. Lynn Henning wrote about it. It was just simple. Tigers are getting overtures on Skubal. You'd get a lot for him. You probably should listen. There's your headline. And that ain't from me. You can call me an idiot all you like. Still get paid. The point is, should Scott Harris be listening? So we've been rapping about that a little bit. Let's turn our attention to the Pistons, and I want to do this. Yesterday we talked a little bit about the typecast, the type of player that Rico wants, type of player that I want. What if the right player is the one guy in this draft you can't take? Meaning, can the first player that Trajan Langdon really selects be affiliated with Arn Tellem? Guys, it's well chronicled. This upsets me to no end. But Arn Tellem wields a ton of power, and it's absurd. The idea that they've brought in, I think it's 11 former Arn Tellem clients or current Michael Tellem, his son, clients, plus now the president of basketball ops here, who was his agent when he played, Arn Tellem. At 5, do you know who you've been mocked to more than any other player? Matas Buzelis, repped by Michael Tellem. Now,
see, the problem with that is,
what?
It's not like he's got these, tremendous stats, and you're like, you know what? I don't care who he's repped by.
But work with me.
All right.
It is a 5-star out of high school. It is a guy who is a 6'9", 6'10" wing, plays really good defense, allegedly is a better shooter than what he showed in the G League, 26% from deep. The point is, they have no wings. They have no size. And in light of, look, last night what the Knicks did is every bit about matching up with the Celtics or matching up with the Nuggets. This idea of, I have to have size, I have to be able to switch, I have to be able to guard multiple wings. Mm-hmm. Rico, the problem is, what if Buzelis is the right player? But can Trajan Langdon possibly, as his first identifiable personnel move, Daddy Arn is going to get another friends and family discount?
Yeah, but Trajan knows probably it was Daddy Arns that got him this job.
What about the 4:30 a.m. job interview? Come on, emotional hugs.
Nothing says I really want to hire you more than keep you on the phone till 4:30 in the morning.
He can't take Buzelis.
What if he's the right guy?
He can't take Buzelis.
No. But here's the thing. Mike, if he was the right guy, I really wouldn't care who he was repped by. Because on the court, you're not going to if he hits game-winning shots, if he plays great defense, you don't care who his representative is. But when I look at, the stats and look and watch some of the stuff about him, there's nothing special about. When one of the things is you turn the ball over a lot and you're coming in, you're not ready for the NBA. You're not ready for right now. And if I'm Trajan Langdon, everything that I'm doing is to try to put a cast around Cade Cunningham. If you draft this young man, and you're going to have to sit him for a year at least in order for him to be NBA ready. So I get it. I think if they draft him, it is because of who he's represented by. I don't think it's because of his skills. You took this type of player last season. I don't think you can do it again. A guy who can, maybe score occasionally, but can play some defense and
hold on. The projection is he's going to be a scorer. Ausar Thompson was never going to be a scorer.
He was never going to be a scorer, but Mike, it's not like he's lighting it up. It's
none
of
these guys are.
I understand, but that's why I'm like, okay. No. If you drafted him, it is simply because who he's represented.
All right, so
by.
if they take Buzelis at 5, do you think less of Trajan Langdon? That's issue number 1. It's a question. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope they go a different direction. I don't want to see more Arn Tellem influence on a franchise that he has played a role in sinking into Middle Earth. Let's face it. How many Tellem-affiliated people and clients now have we seen, and what's this team's winning percentage? Enough. Mm-hmm. But here's my question, and I don't even know, Rico, if there is a right answer to this. What is the consensus that will make everyone happy tonight? What is it? Would it be a trade? Almost assuredly down. Would it be a particular player that would make everyone happy? What is it?
I think the trade down, if you did the poll, trade down would win. But because that's only meaning you're going to probably get some more assets in return that can help you out in future years. I don't think that there's a player. I think it's almost, anybody but Metellus. ABM.
I think you
or
combined,
Bazelis.
Yeah, I was going to say you combined his first name and his last name into Josh Metellus.
Right. So, yeah, anybody but him. That's what I think a lot of people are. Where if they said, oh, they took Klingon. Okay, it wasn't Bazelis. Oh, they took whoever. They took Reed. They took Stefan Castle. They took anybody. Fine. It wasn't him.
That's exactly where I'm at here because I don't want any connection to Tellem. Tom Gore said that he is a CEO, meaning Trajan Langdon. So everything should be what you want. And the minute, whether it's right or wrong, the minute he drafts Bazelis, if that's what he does, I'm immediately going to, here we go again. We're going back to the old days. Nothing's new here.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've told you, I want to get a score. I want somebody who can help Cade out immediately because I don't think you're going to get rid of Cade. So you need somebody who can play. And Mike, I know with Connect, you talked about his age, but finally went through that entire article. And statistically speaking, most players, you're right, hit their peak around 22 and they cap out around 27 or so. Mm-hmm. That's in Cade's sweet window right now. So therefore, if you get a guy like a Connect, he's a role player. He's helping out Cade Cunningham. You're going to be a dumping ground for other contracts. It may be enough that can help you build upon this. I'm not going in this draft thinking you're going to get a superstar. I'm not going in this draft thinking you're going to get a star. But I do think you can get an NBA player who can go out there and contribute to this team on a night in and night out basis.
There are two guys that are intriguing to me, right? And I clearly, guys, I don't think much of this draft. In an ideal world, the Pistons would trade down and take one of these players. Let me be very upfront. Like rumors today that the Bulls and the Grizzlies really want to move up. Oh, God, please. Please, God. I don't even care what they're offering. I'm in. Like, if I can move down, I really think there's a lot of parity in this draft. So here are two guys, right? You can do what you want with this.
Zach Edey?
No. One is, and again, both of these guys are young. So that's part of my deal where it's like I need players that haven't really developed a lot. One is Jacoby Walter, who's a wing from Baylor. He's 19 years old. He's a shooter. He's very long. He's a good defensive player, plus athlete. I want to get Cade someone who I can put next to him.
About 35% from the three.
Right, 6'6". Now, here's the other guy. Now, this is all risk it, all biscuit.
This is your lottery ticket?
Yeah, if you don't want me if you don't want me to pick some guy from Transylvania or played for Suffer and Succotash last year in the Croatian League. What about Rob Dillingham in that Tyrese Maxey mold? Now, he is an undersized guard at 6'1", Kentucky, freshman. This guy is an offensive, he's a one-man band.
He is, but I thought that was the whole knock on Reed Shepherd.
It is. I just think Dillingham's more talented. I don't want any of this. Let me be clear. I'm saying I'm giving people options as they sit down to watch tonight, where it would be dishonest of me to be like, oh, you got to take Nikola Topic. See, what? I don't know who the hell this kid is.
Yeah, see, what makes it so frustrating is, one, you didn't keep Monty Williams, so I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know what players the next coach wants to use. I don't know what this means for Jaden Ivey. I don't know what it really means for anybody. So, Mike, you're right. If you knew that Jaden Ivey is not going to be a part of this team, then by all means, go get Dillingham. And I wouldn't blink and be like, okay, you know what? It's a position of need. He could score. He could shoot three. He's like 45% from the three-point line. All right, let's go with that. But it's the Pistons decided to turn into a Mickey Mouse organization and not have a coach going into the draft. So nobody knows what you're going to do.
I know. And look, there aren't many things I'll get upset about. I don't think I reserve a right to be upset when I've said the draft is terrible. And there are very few players that I have a strong enough opinion on to hate. I don't hate Rico's suggestion of Dalton Connect. I just have a different way I want to do things. If they take him, I'll root like hell for the kid because I'm tired of watching this garbage.
Because when I look at this draft, it's a down draft. This draft is a draft full of role players.
What about Cody Williams? Can I get you on the Cody Williams train? If I said, all right, Dillingham, Williams, Walter, there's 3. All young, all have
I like Walter. I do.
He could shoot.
I do. I don't think he had a great game here at Little Caesars.
Baylor was dead off the bus. That was the day you went down there and State was up by 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Draw a line through that.
Okay. All right. But no, right. I mean, because I'm not going to blame Reed Shepherd. Oh, Oakland, yes. Games happen like that. But no, I would take 2 of those 3. But this is a draft. In this draft is going to be a lot of role players, a lot of guys that are going to help teams out. They're not going to carry teams.
Yep.
So the goal is to address exactly what your team needs and go after that person. That's why it's frustrating to me because I don't know what the Pistons are going to try to do. But in this draft of 60 people tonight, you may get 2 that actually turn out to be all-stars. But I think between the other 58 of getting cut from or released from the league, you'll get like 15 good role players in the NBA.
248-539-9797. Look, at this point, I almost feel like we can talk about Kenny and long walks on the beach. Does anyone care about the NBA? I mean, what are we doing here? I can fill the phone lines with Scooble Talk if you like.
Let's do it.
I was trying to give the Pistons one night in the sun. Holy hell. Hey, guys, down at Piston Central, you got a problem. This is what your customers think of you. You can't get a call on draft day?
Maybe they should move up. You know what? Maybe they throw in Mini Hooper in a trade and move up.
Dude, do something.